Welcome to the Oakland ACE Early Middle College Information Night. I'm Amanda McKay, Supervisor of Student Programs for Oakland Schools, and I'm excited to share the unique opportunity Oakland ACE offers students to experience college while they're still in high school. A link to tonight's presentation can be found in the chat. This slide deck and a recording of tonight's presentation will be posted on our website later this week under enrollment. During the presentation, I will pause several times to answer questions, and there will be a final opportunity at the end to answer questions. I also dropped my contact information in the chat and an opportunity to sign up for an individual family appointment with me in case you're interested in exploring the program in depth. So let's go ahead and get started. This presentation will introduce you to the benefits of experiencing college as a high school student, outline the Oakland ACE program, and walk you through the enrollment process so you'll have a full picture of what we offer and how to get started. Students in Oakland County have a wide range of pathways to explore as they consider their future. Our goal is to provide students with opportunities that align with their personal interests and prepare them for both their immediate educational journey and long-term goals after high school. Many pathways in Oakland County high schools allow students to earn college credit while still in high school. This slide shows several of them: dual enrollment, early middle college, which is a program I'll be talking about this evening, CTE with those embedded college credits and articulation agreements, advanced placement, and IB programs. Oakland Schools programs offer some of the most comprehensive options for students to earn college credits while still in high school. At Oakland Schools, we have two early middle college programs, Oakland ACE and Oakland Technical Early College, also known as OTEC. Both of us partner with Oakland Community College, or OCC. These programs provide unique structures that blend high school and college experiences, allowing students to attend OCC courses while completing their high school requirements. Students benefit from earning college credit early on, helping them save both time and money as they work toward their degree. Next, I'd like to focus specifically on Oakland ACE. Students begin Oakland ACE in 11th grade. The program is a 3-year journey. All early middle college programs in the state of Michigan include a 5th year. In the 11th grade year, students take 3 high school courses, 2 OCC courses, and attend a weekly Oakland ACE seminar. And seminar is led by our Oakland ACE early middle college success coordinators. In the 12th grade year, students have 2 high school courses, increase to 3 OCC courses, and continue the weekly seminar. And then that final year, students don't have any high school courses. They're fully immersed in college, taking at least 4 OCC courses and attending their seminar without any high school courses. And I just want to stress that because even though it's a 13th year and adding a 5th year to the high school experience, students do not spend any time at their high schools the last year of the program. Over the 3 years of the program, students can earn up to 62 completely free college credits. They can complete an associate's degree and develop a skill set that will help ensure that they're going to be successful in college or any programming that they decide to attend after the Oakland ACE early middle college experience. Those planning to transfer to a 4-year university after the program can select courses that fulfill transfer requirements, which means students are well prepared to continue seamlessly at a college or university of their choice after the program. You may wonder about the types of courses our students take and the degrees that are offered. In 11th grade, students often focus on foundational courses that will also transfer through something called the Michigan Transfer Agreement. Those include core courses like English composition, which helps prepare students for future college-level coursework in reading and writing. Students also work closely with an OCC counselor and their ACE early middle college success coordinator to select courses that match their career goals and degree plans. The program offers 4 associate degree pathways in arts, business administration, science, or technological sciences, and it gives plenty of flexibility for students to change between those associates pathways to explore their interests. Each Oakland ACE student and their early middle college success coordinator creates a 3-year academic plan. This plan maps out the required and elective courses for completing an associate's degree and helps students develop skills in academic planning that will be needed at the college level. In the final 13th year of the program, students will fulfill a remaining high school requirement and a math-related or math course through OCC, and that rounds out their early college experience. So let's discuss a little bit about scheduling. Students are free to take any classes at OCC, with a few exceptions of districts who have asked us to limit their students' course offerings. And by and large part, that's a couple of districts that ask us to exclude the Bible course offered at OCC. And we'll be sure to talk with you about if that's a constraint that your district has put in place. So for high school classes, many 11th grade students take core courses like English and math at their high school. They also enroll in 2 OCC courses, commonly including Composition 1, which is focused on college academic writing, transfers to many 4-year colleges, and is a prereq for many OCC courses. Students will also attend seminar 1 day per week. This slide shows an example of a potential 11th grade schedule. Considering the flexibility of Oakland ACE, it's important for students to evaluate their projected 11th grade commitments and activities to ensure the program will work with their schedule. This planning helps students manage their high school responsibilities alongside the demands of college courses. In this example schedule, you can see that this 11th grade student has scheduled 1 OCC course right after their high school ended, and they've left room daily to participate in their club or sport. And they've also elected to have seminar on Fridays. We offer a wide variety of ways and times that you can take seminar, and you are free to take OCC courses at any of the 4 campuses, and to take online courses. Some of our students even take advantage of night courses, as you'll see in this example, and a few select students will take courses on Saturday even. All right. So one of the things that really sets any early middle college program apart is seminar. Students take a 90-minute seminar class each week, and it's a critical component of why students are successful in the program and successful in their OCC classes. Seminar is taught by our early middle college success coordinators and takes place on OCC's campuses. So a lot of students will take seminar in conjunction with one of their OCC classes. Seminar provides a structured environment where students learn how to navigate college expectations, manage their time effectively, read and write at the college level. Class also covers skills that are key to their personal development, such as analyzing their personality and how it might align with certain career goals and post-program goals. By the end of 11th grade, students complete a culminating project exploring their post-secondary plans, such as specific colleges, a 3-tiered college list, and potential career pathways even after college. This slide lists the seminar days and locations of the week and the times for the upcoming school year. I'll talk a little bit more in depth about how you'll need this information for your scheduling, registration, your OCC courses once you get started and enroll in the program. Year 2 of the program continues as students take 2 high school courses and 3 courses at OCC per semester, and then continue their seminar experience. So now is usually a good time when I've presented enough information where folks might have some questions. So I'll go ahead and stop sharing my screen, and you can either ask the questions by unmuting yourself or asking in the chat. So feel free to ask any questions you might have at this point.
You had said the credits could be free. How do you qualify for the free credits?
Yeah, so the entire program is free. How it works is your district pays Oakland ACE a tuition each year, and then we in turn pay OCC for all of your student fees, credits, and your books and required materials. So everyone in the program qualifies for completely free 62 credits. And that includes books and materials.
Also, you did say the program says that you can get an associate's degree, like up to 60 credits. Can that be in anything you want, or?
Yeah, so thanks for asking that. I know I went kind of fast through that associate's degree slide. There are 4 that we offer because those are the 4 at OCC that can be earned within the 62 credits that we pay for. So it's the arts, associates in business, science, and technological science. Some of our students forego the associate's degree because they're really working on the most the most OCC courses that will transfer to the college that they've identified that they want to go to. And sometimes that means they take courses that aren't in line with an associate's degree pathway, which is okay. We definitely allow that.
Okay, thank you.
So I see total 62 credits, right? So how 62 credits will complete? Like we only taking 2 subjects, right, per year. 2 subjects means it's gonna be 8 per year. So
Yeah, so let me go back to this 3-year plan. And again, I will be posting this on our website under the enrollment tab. So this is a 3-year plan showing how students in their first semester, they'll be taking 6 to 7 credits. So that's, 2 semesters. The first year is about 14 college credits, 12 to 14. And then the second year, they're taking 9 to 11 credits each semester. And then their last year of the program, 4 classes, which is about 12 credits. Students can choose to take summer classes if they wish. That is self-pay in the summer. But sometimes students will use that to pick up an extra class that they know will transfer to a university they're going to after the program.
okay, thank you.
I-
Thanks for that. And I have one more question. Once we complete the 12th grade, then they are going to some other college, right? They can do parallelly both, or they can do only this program.
So because it's a 3-year program, after their 12th grade in high school, they remain a full-time student at OCC, attending a full OCC schedule and our seminar. And then after that 5th year or 13th year in the program, they can then go on and transfer to a 4-year university, go to work, military service, wherever they're planning on going afterwards.
But if they're going to a different university, they can do that too.
So they can do it after their 5th year.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep. That's the way the funding in the state of Michigan works for the program, is that students staying that extra year helps the schools pay for the program overall. So that's why they stay for the extra year.
Thank you so much.
What are some of the universities that accept the credits that, the Michigan universities particularly?
Yeah, so last year we had a bunch of students, I should say a couple of groups of students apply to the 2 big ones we get asked about the most. Michigan State, I love that question, and then also University of Michigan. So we followed up with our graduates and asked them for their actual transcripts to see what transferred to U of M and MSU and how many credits on average transferred. U of M took an average of 57 credits. And the only thing that we really saw them kind of push back a little bit on was some of the world language and math. We're very careful about math with U of M. And then MSU took an average of 55 credits and transferred in almost everything as you would expect. So in the state of Michigan, our students are doing really well. We use transfer guides with them as part of that seminar experience, starting their 12th year and their 12th grade year, and then definitely in their 13th year, as we're hoping they've really narrowed it down to the top 2 or 3 colleges they want to attend.
So for example, like your Grand Valley, your Western Michigan, those are schools that accept the credits.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and so if you go to either OCC site or Grand Valley or Western, and you'll see the transfer guides offered both ways, where you can just type in transfer guide to OCC or the opposite, transfer guide to Grand Valley if you're on the OCC site. And they're pretty easy to find, the transfer guides that show what transfers and in which way.
Okay, if you don't plan on getting the associate's degree, do you still need to do the 13th year?
Yes, the 13th year is a requirement from the state, and that's part of how the funding works for the whole program.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Sorry.
there's only one program at a time that the students are allowed to do, right? They can't do dual enrollment and the 3-year program that we're kind of everybody's talking about right now.
Correct. We do have some students who start out in dual enrollment and then decide they want the support of seminar, and their high school will direct them to enroll with us like second semester, junior year. And we can do that. And we've successfully transferred students in that way. So if you were thinking maybe you wanted to try dual enrollment and your high school was agreeable to let you switch kind of into early middle college, if dual enrollment wasn't exactly what you were looking for, then we've definitely done that before.
Okay. But then it's still the 62 credits, I think, still apply to it, right? So you can't go. That, I mean, that's the limit. Whichever way, even if you do dual enrollment and switch over 62 credits, I believe it was, it's still the limit, right?
It's the limit that we pay for. I have a young man self-paying for a bunch of welding classes right now because he just has decided that's going to be his career path and he wants to take every welding class possible. So you can self-pay above and beyond what we provide.
Okay. Okay, that's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, Mark has his hand raised. Mark, do you have a question?
Yes, I have two questions. One, can they still play high school sports or activities when they go into this program? And number two, are most of the classes online, or are they actually going to be attending OCC?
Well, I love those questions because we're all about making this program accessible to all students. So yes, athletes can be part of the program. We've done a couple things with the timing of our seminar so that it doesn't conflict with that right after school common sports practice time. So students can, and the OCC side, they have a wide variety of times they can take classes. They are done with high school at 10:30. So they have from 10:30 until their practice starts, for example, to schedule their OCC classes, and then they can sometimes schedule after, and they definitely can take online classes. We see a healthy mix with OCC. We just analyzed the fall course offerings. They are still offering a great deal of classes in person, which we love to see. Students who need the online option can absolutely take advantage of that. And there are some hybrid things that are working out for our students too, where every other week they're in person, and then they have that off week opportunity to be online, and they can still have access to their professor through office hours if they need it, if they're doing the online or hybrid options.
Okay, thank you.
What is the difference between dual enrollment and ACE?
All right, so I'm going to go back a couple of slides, and I love that question too. The main difference is that we can pay, Oakland ACE can pay for a lot more credits. We add the 5th year, and we have the seminar support class. So dual enrollment is absolutely a wonderful option. Dual enrollment with OCC, because they are used to supporting so many high school student learners. They do a fabulous job with this age group. So if you look here on this slide, dual enrollment is often you're signing up for individual college courses that your high school is allowing and authorizing you to sign up for. You can take up to 10 college classes, and sometimes there is a cost remaining for families. So if you're taking if your course equals $1,000 and your high school can pay $700 of it, you might be paying the remaining balance. And then you can see for early middle college, which is ACE, we can pay for a lot more college credits, but we do add the 5th year and have the required seminar.
Still confused, sorry. It's still confusing.
Yeah. And dual enrollment students can start anytime. So you could decide to start anytime really after 8th grade, the state of Michigan says, but most schools delay that until high school as an option. Oakland ACE, you have to start your 11th grade year.
Okay, so they're very similar. They're very similar programs. Do you obtain the associate's degree with the dual enrollment?
You don't.
Okay.
You're taking 10 college courses on average.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's basically what you're doing. You're just getting some early credits to then in your 5th, when you graduate from high school and then go to university, you may be able to take some credits with you.
Yeah.
Where with ACE, you are actually after your 5th year going to have an associate's degree.
Yes, and you're going to take a lot more credits, but
A lot more credits.
you're also going to stay for an extra year in the program in order to take that many credits with you.
Right. And then as far as the counselor, do you have to work with your high school counselor, or is there an ACE counselor that can help you put together, you know, and talk to, like, here's what I'm interested in doing, would ACE support, you know, some things I'm interested in?
Yeah, so that early middle college success coordinator that facilitates the weekly seminar is the Oakland ACE counselor for each of the students. So they see them for sure once a week for 90 minutes, and then the rest of the time when they're not teaching seminar, they're available to support students through meetings.
Right. Okay. And what about beforehand? Like, as you're discerning, you know, going into this program, is there someone that, you know, we could reach out to talk to about, you know, just to make sure that the associate's degree is, you know, going to have the credits and for something that, you know, my student's interested in?
Yeah, absolutely. So that's me.
Okay.
I have my Calendly link here in the chat, but I'll repost it in case it's not showing up. So I'm available and frequently do meet with families, you know, whatever you're comfortable, phone call, Zoom, or meeting in person. You can just decide a time that works for you. Take a look at this Calendly link. And if you want some more in-depth information, we absolutely offer that service.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, we have a couple of hands raised, so let's go ahead and just unmute and ask if you don't mind.
Okay, my question is, in the previous slide, you show AP classes and as well as other classes also, right? So if you take this college course, is it worth to have AP classes also, or how related those two?
Yeah, I love that because most of our students do combine AP and during those hours that they're at their high school and OCC courses. So a lot of times it's just a matter of if they are really passionate about the AP subject area and they know that their friends are taking the course at high school, I'm going to be realistic, that they know the high school teacher is really great and they want that experience, we advise them to take the course at the high school level. And then for a subject area that they're maybe not as sure of what the AP experience would be like at their high school, we advise them to take the course at OCC.
Okay, but if you do both, is there any advantage or there is no advantage?
So yeah, so it looks really great to colleges. Increased rigor in your transcript definitely looks great when a college admissions person is like evaluating your transcript for admissions. And for AP tests, you do take that AP exam. So if you score high enough, you may also be taking additional college credits with you to university past the 62 that we offer through Oakland ACE. Yeah, we were asked in the chat about the Highland Lakes closure. Thank you very much for asking that. So we are going to offer seminar at OSTC Southwest, which is in that quadrant where Highland Lakes OCC campus closing really has had an impact, especially on those 11th grade students. So that information is getting into the hands of the high school counselors in that quadrant over the next month, so that they can kind of take a look at what students might benefit from that and share that directly with students during scheduling presentations. I will say that this year Highland Lakes isn't officially closed, but there are no courses offered there that our students are able to take. So all of the students from that quadrant currently are taking courses mostly at Orchard Ridge and Auburn Hills, and they're making it work. But because we know that, especially for our 11th grade students, we want to get them an option actually located out there where you guys are at, we're going to use the OSTC campus.
Okay, Dr. McKay. So a couple of questions here, please.
Yeah.
Number one, my understanding is that when the kid enrolls in this program, which is a 5-year program, and they were originally for class of 2028 to graduate from the high school, they will not get the diploma in 2028, but they will get after the 13th year. The question I have over here is, would they walk in 2028 graduation ceremony just for the walking purposes, because that's important for my daughter,
Yeah.
or will they be walking on like 2029 when after the 13th year?
Yeah, we want our students to have those traditional experiences that are so important. Thank you for asking, because I kind of just, sped over it here on the slide. But all of our high schools fully have seniors participate in all of the activities like prom, like the high school graduation, walking and graduation. They receive the diploma cover with their peers. It's not until, as you mentioned, the completion of that third year where they're awarded their actual high school diploma. And we do that in a special celebration at Oakland schools.
The other question, Dr. McKay, is that when I was reading on the website, it said that the students would have to pick 2 courses out of their high school graduation requirement that they would have to defer to the 13th year.
Mhm.
So, and one has to be a math qualifying course.
Yes.
So does it mean that those 2 high school courses, they will actually take in 13th year at OCC?
Yes. Yep, that's a great question and something we get asked frequently. Here on this slide, you can see how the student has to take a math related in one semester, math related, and then a high school requirement, the offsetting semester. They are both taken at OCC.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
All right. We're basically, my daughter's, she's thinking to do dual enrollment, start with that, right? Let's say she's going to have, by 11th grade, 30 credits in college, right? And then she switches over to ACE. That means that the ACE program will pay only for an additional 30 or so credits, correct? To make that 60 something credits.
Well, I haven't been asked that before. What I can say is our program pays for 62 total credits. So if she's coming with 30 because she earned them prior to 11th grade, then we would still pay for 62 credits.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah. And ask in the chat, if you were to move out of the school district after your 13th year, would you still be able to be part of the program? If you move to a district that participates with our program, you are welcome to remain. So on our website, we have a section for participating districts. It's almost every district in the county. Other than that, though, you would have to leave the program if you were moving to a district that didn't participate. Grade requirements to stay in the program. So the minimum GPA is 2.0 to enroll. We do at a certain point, if students kind of don't maintain a 2.0 throughout the program, we need to counsel them to make a different choice than ACE, because they can do some damage to their transcript and even their financial aid. So grade requirements right now are to maintain at least a 2.0, and that's largely because we don't want students to do any irreparable damage to especially financial aid later on.
Is there any PSAT minimum score?
There are no PSAT or SAT requirements. I think that's what you said. I'm kind of old. I didn't hear that very well. Did I get the question right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we do some targeted instruction to help you improve your SAT score if you're interested in that as part of your 11th grade seminar experience, but there's no required score to be a part of the program.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, so in the webpage where like it says everything, it says that this program, whatever, is designed for those facing challenges to college enrollment and success. So what does this mean exactly? Like what kind of challenges?
So that is, I'm really interested to know where that's still at in our website, because that was kind of a old language that a past administration used. So we're not really still targeting just that population.
Oh.
Yeah, the qualifications are open to anyone who think that they would benefit from the program.
Okay. And also, let's say that you finish high school and then for that 13th year, you move out of the district. Would you still be able to be part of the program?
You can remain in the program if you move to a district that also participates in the program.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And then asked in the chat about a student completing the high school requirements. So we actually won't allow you to schedule that high school requirement. We call it a forbidden class that the high school counselor agrees with our counselor on, that they'll hold until that final year of the program. Kirsten asked, what about the state required courses like 2 years of language, teen health, and gym? My student has not even started the language classes. So we do have great success with OCC World Language. I just want to put that out there. They offer a lot of different languages and our students do well in the classes. They offer in-person, online, and hybrid. Health is not a class that can be taken at OCC. That's very specific to the school districts. We do have a couple of PE options. It's not a common one that high schools usually like us to pay for. They kind of want that done at the high school for the most part. So this is a really nice give and take between our counselor and your counselor, where they're talking regularly and use this 3-year planning document in order to coordinate which classes are being taken at the high school and which are being taken at OCC.
Dr. McKay, question, please.
Yeah.
So in OCC, I believe there are like 6 or 7 types of associate degrees. So when you mentioned those 4 degrees, are they like umbrella categories of those associate degrees, or those specific ones are the only ones that are allowed under this program? I'm specifically interested in, there was something called pre-engineering type for electrical, mechanical associate degree in OCC, where they teach a lot of math courses that could be transferred to 4-year degree.
Yeah. So we do have some, so those 4 degrees are the ones that contain 62 or 60 credits in order to complete. Any of the degrees above that are more than 62 credits. So our program does cap out at 62. However, if you wanted to pay for the additional classes to earn that associates or the concentration in that specific area, you're welcome to. Sometimes it's just a matter of a couple of classes. But that's the reason why we chose those 4 degrees. So we do have students who aren't working on any of those 4 degrees and they're just working towards, like you mentioned, a high area of interest or courses that they've figured out with a transfer guide will transfer to the college they're going to after the program. In the chat, I was asked about visa restrictions and considerations. Oakland ACE does not have any, but as part of OCC's admissions process, on a couple of occasions, they've asked for documentation from the student in regard to a visa, and the student and family provide that directly to OCC as part of the admissions process. So they have a couple of requirements, but it's not anything that our program requires. All right, Michelle, looks like you have your hand raised, and then anybody else? Sorry, I might have lost track of some of the hand raising.
No, that's okay. How do you, so the kids, if you did have to move out of the district the 13th year and you don't have your high school diploma, how do they get their high school diploma?
Well, it depends on how early you see it coming. If you see it in your senior year at some point, then we just want to go ahead and openly communicate and get you in those 2 classes that you need because you know you'll be leaving the program. We also have students who will finish up in summer school and take those couple of classes that they might need if they find themselves moving.
Okay, and then my second question is, as far as like the SAT, do they still take the SAT in the 11th grade with all the other kids in high school, and that would be used in that 6th year when they're going to apply for colleges?
Yep, you got it.
Okay.
All right, so we are going to have another opportunity for questions. I'm going to move into the eligibility portion of the presentation. So to be eligible and how to enroll basically is what I'm going to discuss next. To be eligible, students need a 2.0 GPA, support from your high school counselor because they sign a dual enrollment authorization form for us, giving you permission to participate. Students will need to self-place. So OCC is now using a self-placement survey for English. So you'll take a questionnaire as part of the admissions process and self-place yourself into English 1510, 1510E, which means extended. It adds a credit for students who need some extra writing support, or 1510S, which means supported and adds even more support for students. We enroll up to 150 students across the county each year on a first come, first served basis. And some high schools do have additional requirements, which they'll place in their course book. Oftentimes, if they have an additional requirement, it will be that the student has a 3.0 GPA instead of the 2.0 that the program usually requires. Okay, so for our enrollment timeline, We really love our students to enroll early, even if you're on the fence about the program, because OCC gives our students and just our early middle college students the opportunity for priority registration. And priority registration starts on March 14th. That is when OCC's schedule of courses for fall 25 opens. And we have a 1-week opportunity to get our students into classes. It really helps with students who are balancing a lot, like sports, clubs, or jobs. So what I ask is that you try to complete enrollment between December 1st and March 1st, because that will allow you to take advantage of the priority registration. However, for years, we have had students that enroll after March 1st, but we just ask them to keep in mind that the later you enroll in the program, the less course offerings might be available from the OCC side. So I'm going to go through each step of the enrollment process. Step 1 is you will enroll in MyStar. You'll go to our website. This is where all Oakland Schools programs are enrolling now, and you'll fill in basic demographic information, indicate that you're interested in Oakland ACE, and then you'll receive a confirmation email once this is complete, and the approximate time to complete step 1 is about 10 minutes. As part of your MyStar experience, you'll be asked to download the OCC High School Dual Enrollment Payment and School Authorization Form. What a mouthful. Parents and students fill out part 1, and then you'll take part 2 to your counselor or school administrator. Like in Royal Oak, they have a specific administrator that signs it, for example, to your school official, and they will sign part 2 of the form. Under high school sponsored dual enrollment, you'll write Oakland ACE approved classes in that box on the left-hand side. And then on the bottom right-hand side, you're also gonna click that or mark off that you're interested in Oakland ACE. This form gets submitted to me via email. You can take a picture, you can scan it in, you'll send it to me via email, and then I'll handle the rest, which means I'm gonna submit it to OCC admissions. The next step is you're applying to OCC, and this takes approximately 15 minutes, and it's done on their website. When you apply to OCC, there are a couple of notes for dual enrollment students. You're asked what type of student you're applying or what best describes you, and you're going to indicate that you are an early college student. You plan on attending OCC while still in high school. You're choosing to start fall of 25. You will need your student social security number, so I just don't want anyone to get slowed down. If you get on there ready to take your 15 minutes to apply, you need your social. And you are not, when asked if you're applying for financial aid, you are not, because the program is completely paid for. Once your application to OCC is submitted, you'll get this email here that you see on the right that you've successfully applied to OCC. And then OCC looks for that high school dual enrollment authorization form. So once they find it, because I've emailed it to their admissions office, they will then send you a congratulations, you're accepted to OCC email. And this directs you to set up your D2L. You can see a picture of it on the right-hand side account. In D2L, there's a pre-registration tile, and pre-registration is what happens before you can actually sign up or register, as OCC calls it, for your classes. So you'll complete the new student orientation, you'll do the English self-placement survey, the online learning readiness course. These things take a bit longer than the initial first 2 steps. You're maybe looking at 45 minutes. And you can do them one at a time. You can definitely do them from your phone if you have a long car ride or something like that. And students will only complete OCC's math placement. It's called ALEKS test if they want to take math the first semester of their junior year in the program. Many of our students do not. They take a high interest elective that will transfer in that English course, but you are welcome to sign up for math. You'll just need to take the ALEKS placement test first. Once all of these steps are completed, you're fully enrolled in ACE. Next, you're going to register for your OCC classes. This is the exciting part. So once pre-registration is complete, you're ready to sign up for your classes. Priority registration, as I mentioned, begins March 14th. So OCC drops that schedule on a Friday. You have 2 options to register. One is you can see an OCC counselor. They're great with our students, and I highly recommend this option. They see a lot of early middle college and dual enrollment students. They'll get to know you, get to know what you're interested in, and help you select your classes. You can schedule an appointment with an OCC counselor between March 14th, when the fall courses come out, and March 20th. And the 20th is the due date we have to submit priority registration courses. So this is where it gets a little bit complicated. To schedule that OCC appointment, you can call up to 2 weeks in advance and only 2 weeks in advance. So you would call between February 28th and March 13th. You can see any counselor at any location. So even if you're going to be completely at Royal Oak during the whole program, you can see an Auburn Hills counselor. You can see them in person. You can talk to them by phone, whatever fits your schedule. We're just trying to get you in to see that counselor so they can start your paperwork and help you select your classes. During the counseling appointment, you're going to complete a registration form. I'll show you a picture of that in a couple of slides. That will be sent to me via email. Again, either snap a picture and text it or email it, or you can scan it in and send it. And I'll need that by March 20th if you're taking advantage of priority registration. And please remember, you're welcome to register and enroll after that March 20th date. This is just if you're trying to get into that bank of classes that our students can take advantage of first. We do have another option this year. So if you've had a student, because I see some names on here who we have some siblings in the program. So this will be a bit new. OCC has removed the requirement of new students seeing an OCC counselor in order to register for classes. So because of this, we're going to offer self-registration for the first year. So when that schedule of OCCs drops on March 14th, I'm going to hold a virtual meeting at 3:30. I know Friday at 3:30 is a terrible time for a meeting, but that's when their schedule comes out. So I'll record it and send it out and post it on our website. You're just going to watch this registration meeting so that you can have those few quick key points that you need in your mind when you're selecting your classes. And then you'll have from March 14th until March 20th to select your classes and send me the registration form. And this is what our registration form looks like. So students will fill in the courses that they want to take. I submit this to OCC enrollment. They register students for the classes. And then if we want to make any changes, we can do so throughout the school year. If you know something's going to change in your schedule, especially the sooner that you know that, we would want to change your classes. And we can change classes all the way up until the first week of that fall 2025 school year starting. All right, so that was another big chunk of information and the last actual formal presentation portion that I have to present. So I'd like to take this time to see what other questions might be out there.
So the classes that you pay for, are they like all the same classes that like usually like normal students get like at Oakland schools?
At OCC, yes.
Okay.
Yep, you can take any of the classes that OCC offers. Like I said, a couple of districts have requirements that you can't take Bible, but we know which ones those are, and we'll definitely help you guide you away from those.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So Dr. McKay, a question here. So say, for example, that when the students pick two courses that they will take, the high school courses that they will take on the 13th year or in the 13th year, and one is a math equivalency requirement. Hypothetically, what I'm thinking is that it's possible that the student would be taking mathematics courses in OCC, which may be even a higher level courses than 12th grade requirement. So how does it work out? Like they have already taken a more advanced class, say for example, in OCC in terms of mathematics, and then they will have to take on the 13th year a high school equivalency for that. Or would that math course of OCC could be counted as the 12th year math requirement?
Yes, exactly the last thing you said. That OCC course, even if it's Calc 4, that's going to be counting as your math or math related. So you don't have to go back and take like an Algebra 2 or statistics high school level type of course.
So in that case, Dr. McKay, the same course would be counted towards the high school degree as well as for the associate degree or the 62 credits of OCC, correct?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yep, correct. Couple of questions in the chat. The one about the Social Security number, yes, they will accept that substitution out for the Social Security number. Is there going to be a session like this for OTEC? Definitely. My sister program, OTEC, they just give their presentations later because you have to be guaranteed a seat at OSTC before you can apply for OTEC. So I believe that the OTEC website is updated with the 3 virtual information nights that are going to be offered, but they do start later in the school year. And then just to also let you know, because OTEC and ACE are in the exact same department, we have swapped students back and forth before. So if you're in the enrollment process for Oakland ACE and all of a sudden you get the seat at OSTC and want to switch to OTEC, it's a really easy handoff from program to program. So if you're thinking about either one, you can't go wrong with beginning the process with one of us.
So I was wondering, you talked about the form for the dual enrollment. Is there any changes to the form when it's a early college enrollment?
No, at the bottom of the form, there's a little box for ACE and OTEC. So that's the one change that they've made for us, is that you're going to mark specifically which of the 2 programs that you're interested in and then send it in. And if you change your mind, then we will just redo the form. I mean, if you change your mind between ACE and OTEC.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Hi, I got a question. The OCC will have a different spring break and things like that. Rather, their schedule will be different than the high school, correct?
Mhm.
As far as the scheduling, they won't really have a spring break anymore. And do you know when OCC semester ends? It's probably a lot earlier than the high school, correct? I'm assuming.
Yeah, so our students find advantages and disadvantages in the 2 different schedules. And you asked about spring break, so that's a great question. Lots of OCC professors will allow 2 absences. So what we try to coach our students to do is proactively communicate, especially if they know they're going, away for the high school spring break and need to use 1 or 2 of their absences in that case. We work with them on that professional communication so that, let's say they're in an illness situation and they blow through their 2 absences, it's kind of something they didn't foresee, and then they still need to ask for the 2 additional or 1 or 2 additional for the high school spring break. Usually we can help smooth that over with that proactive and professional communication. And then, yeah, OCC does get over in May. So some of our students, they have the whole afternoon to kind of either find a job, really double down on working out in athletics, hopefully find something constructive to do with that in the 11th grade year, 10:30 on for some of the month of May and all of June time period.
And then just one quick final question. Once they complete the ACE program, they'll be juniors. Do you know what the colleges, as far as their admittance, are looking more importantly to the OCC grades or the high school grades, the GPA, since they're going to be juniors?
Yeah. So the OCC courses do get added to the high school transcript grade calculation. And then every school recalculates the student's transcript on their own criteria. So I don't know for every single school what they would do, for example. I've talked to an MSU admissions counselor and she explained to me how they recalculate grade point averages and that they kind of take the electives out and calculate just based on the core. So, if they consider a core at OCC the same as a core at their high school and calculate that and keep that in their GPA the same way, it's hard to say for each of the different universities. I like the question and I can definitely do some research. I do have a solid contact at MSU at least. So it'd be good for me to have the answer for the future.
Do you have support with 504s as well?
Yeah, so OCC does have an access office at each of their campuses, and what they ask students to do is to use their online portal to initiate an upload of their IEP or 504, have it evaluated by an access staff member, visit their office if possible, and talk with them about the accommodations that might be available to them. One of the ones that really surprises our students is timed tests at the college level. So if a student has that accommodation in their IEP or 504, we try and work with them to at least get that. Some students do not want to take their IEP or 504 to OCC. They want to try things without accommodations. And OCC is governed by different kind of federal legislation than high schools. So they're governed by the Americans with Disabilities Act instead of the high school rules. So there are less accommodations available, official accommodations. So then that's where our seminar counselor can get really active in helping students to schedule with professors that will help our students out, that we've had a lot of success with in the past, and then to help students ask for the accommodations that they might need. We have a lot of professors help our students with retakes, with removing that timing, just to help them see, you know, if that is actually a possible barrier. And then one of our main strategies is to have our students take advantage of professors' office hours if they're ever struggling and do need help. So a lot of different things we explore with them besides for the official accommodations.
So you find students that may struggle in high school, that going into the college classes isn't going to put that, you know, overload them and just, you know, bypass them, that there's support, and you think that they can still be successful even if they have to work harder.
Yes, 100%. Okay, well, that is the end of the official presentation. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. In a couple of days, once I get this edited and closed captioned, it will be on our Oakland ACE website under the enrollment section, along with the slide deck. And I'm happy to stay on after everyone leaves and answer any additional questions. But that concludes our presentation. Thank you.